Hold this.
Hold it up as a procedure.
I don't know how to do this. You do it then.
Can you hold that for me?
You want me to hold it for you?
Hey. Hey, y'all. We make shipping. That's some blood issues.
That's all right.
Can you
Mama,
get
you
up?
don't stop no show.
Can they see? Whatever you show them, that's what they see.
I'm gonna stand in the back.
Okay. What's up, Hebrew? They said we in the building. Yeah, we in the building already, man. I see. I'm gonna throw it.
Y'all can give me that Bible. Let me give up my seat.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. So y'all can have it. Y'all can.
that's what goes in my chair.
All right, we're gonna get started, y'all. This is we're gonna make it happen no matter what. All right, we're gonna stand up, face the room. We'll figure that out. That's straight ahead, but you gotta turn around in here. Our Father which art in heaven,
Our Father which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom come.
thy will be done in earth. This day our daily bread,
Give us this day our daily bread,
and forgive us our debts,
and forgive us our debts,
as we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our
And
debtors.
lead us not into temptation,
And lead us not into temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory, forever.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
For he is good.
For he is good.
For his mercy endureth forever.
For his mercy endures forever.
Praise the Lord. Endure forever.
For his mercy endures forever.
In Jesus' holy name we pray.
In Jesus' holy name we pray.
Amen.
Amen.
And he that sat upon the throne said, Behold, I make all things new. I read Revelation 21, verse 5. May the Lord have blessed us reading here and the doing of his word, and everybody say, in Jesus' name we pray.
In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
Amen.
Okay, thanks.
You are good. And your mercy endures forever. Come on, quiet. Let's shout for the Lord our God today.
Could you use yourself for the day? Brother Elijah's alive. He's trying to catch up with you.
Hey, the drill.
Y'all know we're gonna go have church. What they say? The devil is a liar.
Could you see if you can open that window right there? There's a couple of chairs over here. So maybe not. Atara. The phone. That's a daddy's phone, right? Hey. There's some chairs back there. I give myself away. I give myself away. I give myself away so you can use me. I give myself away for you. Can you me? I give myself away. Myself away for you. I give myself away so you amuse me.
Come on now.
Atara. Atara. There's your seat.
Thank you.
Praise the Lord. Give him another hand. Praise the Most High God, make paramount and Jacob, and peace to everybody that's here. In the name of Jesus. Peace to everybody that might be tuning in online or going, but he had something going, but you might say, people say, well, why the Lord let the power go out on the feast day and all of that? People say stuff like that. But I always say, why not? We feel like it should go the way we want it to go. But hey, the Lord, you can say, well, why the Lord let Pharaoh start chasing Israel when they was leaving Egypt? And they didn't have no way to get out except when they got trapped at the Red Sea. Why the Lord let that out? Why the Lord let it out? Because the Lord gonna test your faith all the time and see what you gonna do. So, and those that know, I appreciate the choir coming up with means to, like they were singing, work it out. That's what we gotta do. We gotta work it out. We tried to get the lights back on. We got electricians here. We got generators. And none of that didn't work. So this was the last result. Because we don't have service. We was gonna go outside. I said, look, we're gonna set some chairs up outside. Get rained on. We're trying to fit it in here. But one way or another, hey, we're going to do what we came here to do. So everybody know this is the 8th day, the last day of the Feast of Tabernacles. And the Lord is doing a new thing at this, showing you a new thing at this last feast. He's showing you a brand new thing. How do you know he's showing you a brand new thing? Because everything that the Lord do, he completed in 7. Everything. That's why we here every 7th day. Even the feasts are set up around 7. The first feast that we observe, we're going to be back to observe that again in a few months. The Feast of Unleavened Bread. 7 days is the ending of it. Pentecost. 7 weeks. Then you go to one more day to get to the 50th day. Now, this feast, even the Feast of Tabernacles, he tell you 7. He said you feast for 7 days, but then he keeps telling you to climax it on the 8th day. And that's why we don't go through a biggie. Because if you really feasted for 7, look, I'm going to tell you, I need a diet, a fast, and a clean. All the stuff I need. Because we try to do it 7. I went by the house of Jacob one of the days, ate good every day of the feast. So, if you've been feasting for 7 days, you really shouldn't be like looking for, I just gotta get something to eat today. Because it's the climax. We gonna eat, we got something to eat, but you should have had enough through the 7 days. So that's why we just kind of tone it down on this day and have some, kind of like we do on the trumpets, to have some things, because we can still enjoy ourselves. But the meaning of it is really what's big, what's important. So the Lord included everything in 7 evenings. He said his feast for 7 days, because he wants to show you as always that things are completed in 7. But then why he doing a new thing and having us come back on the last day, making it an 8th day? Because he's showing you when you get to the completion, it's not even over yet. He's doing something brand new. So that's the title. It's a direct quote from the scripture. And we're going to start there in Revelation 21, verse 5. Behold, I make all things new. That's what he's doing. But when is he going to make all things new? After he complete the 7 days. You got to complete stuff. And that's a lesson many of us need to learn in our life, because we try to start new stuff before we finish the old stuff. That's the problem. You need to finish the old stuff. We get in a new relationship. You ain't even finished the old relationship. That might step on some toes. But we start new stuff before completing the old stuff. But the Lord is about completion. So that's why he gives you 7 all over the Bible as completion. But in the last end of this feast, he's taking it to an 8th day. Because he's showing you a new beginning. Because when you get to 8, you're really back at 1. You start over again, because everything ends with 7 with the Lord. So if you go to 8, you add, like the title of the lesson is, a new beginning. And that's what he said. And along with it, we got the feast days for next year, because we're getting ready for that. So you should have those that got passed out to you as well, because that's the next thing on the agenda after this last holy day. Behold, I make all things new. We're going to start at Revelation 21 and read that verse. I read it in the open, but we're going to read it again, because he means this. Go ahead.
And I saw a new heaven and a new earth.
Verse 5. Revelation 21 and verse 5. It's on the handout. Everybody can read that. It's on the bottom of the handout that we got. But go ahead.
And he that sat upon the throne said, Behold, I make all things new.
See, this is what he's saying, but he's saying this in Revelation at the end of the Bible. Behold, I make all things new. But this is after the end. That's why you get to this feast. He said, 7 days, and he keeps telling you, no, you got one more thing to do. Because he's pointing you to the new cycle that he's created. Even when we say all the time, the end of the world, the end of the world. The world is not going to end like it's going to blow up and be completely gone. We don't mean ending like that. He started something new, because actually, if we want to understand the newness, it actually starts at the end. It starts in the 7th day. The newness really begins. Because I tell people, because we're talking about New Jerusalem going to come down, right? It's called New Jerusalem. But New Jerusalem cannot come down until Old Jerusalem is perfect. It's fixed up right. See, so he couldn't just drop New Jerusalem down in the midst of all this chaos and turmoil in the world. No, he's going to fix Old Jerusalem. And so the newness really is going to begin during 1,000 years. That's going to be some new stuff too. But it always climax. It's going to climax this on the after the 7 days is complete. Leviticus 23. You didn't finish verse 5? Okay, go ahead.
And he said unto me, Write, these words are true and faithful.
He said, these words are true and faithful. They are. So that's what he's getting ready to do. He said, behold, he that sat upon the throne said, behold, I make all things new. We got a few seats up here. Now Leviticus 23, which is where he lists all of them, his holy days. But this is the last one of the year. So we got the new feast days ready, because we're going to get ready for next year. It's going to be here before we know it. Leviticus 23 and 1, go ahead and read it.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts.
You see what he said? Even these are his feasts, so we always like to point that out, that they not the Jews, they wasn't something to Moses, so you can't attribute it to the Mosaic law. That's what people would try to do. They try to say, well, that's the Mosaic law, you all are honored. Nope. He said, these are my feasts. Because he said, tell them concerning the feast of the Lord. Go ahead.
6 days shall work be done, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of rest and holy convocation.
So that's Exhibit A. I mentioned it already, but we read it, everything climaxed in 7 with the Lord. That's the climax, except when you get to the end, he's showing you something new with the 8th day. That's what he's doing. It's no coincidence he wait to the end of the feast to go past 7 to 8, because he's showing you this new beginning. So 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest. A holy convocation, that's what we do every 7th day. Go ahead.
You shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings.
It's the Sabbath of the Lord wherever you at. That's why I pointed out during the feast, even though we feasted, we were commanded to feast for those 7 days during tabernacles, and one of the days fall on the weekly Sabbath. We still feast, but it's still the Sabbath. So we got to honor both of them. We can't act like we don't honor both of them. Because it's the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings. But now, verse 4.
These are the feasts of the Lord, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their season.
Now these are the seasonal festivals, which is what we hear today, because this is just a regular Monday for the word. Regular Monday. A lot of people are messed up. They don't have power somewhere else. Well, we got power together honoring the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
So these are the seasonal ones, and that's why we stopped everything to come and do this. Some days, some people, they didn't mess their work day up, but they shouldn't have been working anyway. But they probably had to slow down and recognize something. That's how it's going to be in the end of the world. When the world get ready to end, the Lord going to tear everything up, everything going to stop. So, but these are the seasonal ones, and we are here for the last festival season of the year at verse 33. Skip down to verse 33 and read it.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying,
Always it's the Lord talking. That's why it's amazing people don't recognize these things that we understand and that we observe. It's the Lord saying. Nobody else is talking. God is talking. Moses didn't go to God and say, give us some feasts like everybody else. Because everybody have a festival. That's why the world's still doing Christmas. They go back to ancient times. They had their festival. That's why he mentioned the Christmas tree in Jeremiah 10. He literally spelled it all the way out. So they've been doing their festivals to honor their God. So, but Moses didn't ask the Lord. The Lord, in his wisdom, said, I'm going to give you some festivals to honor me by. And this is a sign that you believe in the one and only true and living God. When you honor these festivals. Because he gave them. He talking. So it said again, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, what did he say this time?
Speaking to the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day of this 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles for 7 days unto the Lord.
See, now he just said 7 days, so you think that's it. Because everything does complete in 7. So it don't look like he's saying 8 days, but it's 8 days because that's the next day that he's going to tell you later on. In a verse or two later, he's going to show you, but the reason why he stopped at 7 is to show you he complete everything in 7. You got to complete it. Now you're doing a brand new thing when you complete this. So he says, speak unto the children of Israel, saying the 15th day of the 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles for 7 days unto the Lord. Go ahead.
On the first day shall be in holy convocation.
Uh-huh.
Ye shall do no work, no servile work therein.
So the first day of that feast is a holy gathering, brothers and sisters. And we did that last Monday. It's a high Sabbath day. But go ahead.
7
See, and you had to make certain offerings every day. But he keep distinguishing the 7. That's how he do to make his point. He distinguishing the 7. You would think, well, where's the 8th at? Why we here on the 8th? He gonna let you know in a second. Go ahead.
On the 8th day shall be a holy convocation unto you.
Now, on the 8th day, see, really, technically, the 8th day is a high Sabbath just like the first day. It's just what it stands for, brothers and sisters. It's a high Sabbath. The first day is a high day, just like the 8th day. That's why he got them here both together. But he brought in the 8th day after he told you basically you're going to do your thing for 7 days, even dwelling in the physical booths. That was only 7 days. Because the Lord all the flesh and blood. But go ahead.
On the 8th day shall be a convocation unto you.
On the 8th day, that's a holy convocation. And you do the same thing you've been doing as far as the first day. You're going to make offerings first through 7 days. You're going to make offerings and all of that. But it's just like the first day, except for what it stands for. Go ahead.
And you shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord.
So you made an offering on that day too. But you see how he clearly separated that day to show you, to highlight it. Because the 7th day of Tabernacles, which was yesterday, was not a Sabbath day. It wasn't a high day. It still was the feast, and I feasted yesterday. But it was not a Sabbath day. So he highlighted the 8th day on this last feast to show you how this is going to climax. Go ahead.
It is a solemn assembly.
It's a solemn assembly, he said, and that's what we're here to do today. Go ahead.
And ye shall do no servile work therein.
You do no servile work. Now, skip down to verse 39. He's going to reiterate it one more time. Go ahead.
Also on the 15th day of the 7th month, when ye have gathered in the fruit of the land, ye shall keep a feast unto the Lord 7 days.
See, he used 7 again, because 7 always means completion. But since he's doing a new thing, and he's going to show you that he's doing a new thing, he's going to bring in the 8th day. But you got to complete the 7 to get to 8. And he's showing you that 7 still is the completion. 7 is the completion. Go ahead.
On the first day shall be a Sabbath.
On the first day. See, these are Sabbaths. These are just like the 7th day. The only difference is we can't cook. That's really the only difference. We can cook and enjoy ourselves. Because you're celebrating something that the Lord is doing. Even though you celebrate something on the weekly Sabbath, but you still got to celebrate that by not kindling a fire and doing no work, period. He allowed you to do the work that's necessary to feast on these high days, these annual Sabbath days. So this is why he said here, he said, ye shall keep a feast unto the Lord 7 days. On the first day shall be a Sabbath, and then what?
And on the 8th day shall be a Sabbath.
So you got the first day and the 8th day in the same box, because they both Sabbaths. They really be doing the same thing on those days. But the difference is the 8th day stands for something totally different. It's pointing you to the beginning. That's why he ended things. He said 7, then he said 8. Because you got to complete things with the 7th day. Let's go to Deuteronomy 16 to show you that example again. Deuteronomy 16. Deuteronomy 16. And we're going to pick it up at verse 8. Deuteronomy 16. We're going to start at verse 8. Go ahead and read.
6 days thou shalt eat
Verse 8. Yep, that's it.
6 days thou shalt eat unleavened bread, and on the 7th day shall be a solemn assembly unto the Lord thy God. Thou shalt do no work therein.
Okay, so I like to use this as an example on how the Lord complete things, how he separate things to show you what he is doing. So here, if you don't know no better, you would think that unleavened bread is only to be eaten 6 days or recognized 6th day because he's showing you that this feast climax on the 7th day. Like everything climax on the 7th day except when you get the tabernacle. Everything climax on 7th. So he's showing you the climax here without unleavened bread, because that's like our regular week. Every week we are commanded, brothers, is to work 6 days and rest the 7th day. Work 6 days, rest the 7th day. Even in unleavened bread, it's a 7-day festival. But he's showing you here that the 7th day is distinguished, because that's the day of rest. So he says, 6 days shall you eat unleavened bread. So that's not to make you think, well, you don't eat unleavened bread on the 7th day, and the 7th day don't have nothing to do with unleavened bread. That's not to make you think that. It's just distinguishing. 6 days shall you eat unleavened bread, and on the 7th day shall be a solemn assembly to the Lord thy God. Thou shalt do no work therein. That's showing you how it climaxed. So that's the same thing why he said the tabernacle. Actually, the tabernacle is 8 days. 8 days. He says 7 days, though, and then on the 8th day. He's doing the same thing he showed you here for unleavened bread. 7 days, climaxing on the 8th, where everything normally is 6 days, climaxing on the 7th. That's the norm. But why is he doing it 8 days here? Because he's showing you a brand new beginning, brothers and sisters. Get down to it now at verse 13, to the one in question. I just used that for an example. Go ahead.
Thou shalt observe the Feast of Tabernacles 7 days.
See, but we really know it climax on the 8th day already. We done read enough of that to know that. We can't act like, well, it's just 7 days so we can go home. Just like you can't act like from that verse, unleavened bread is only 6 days. Where he told you in that verse, you're going to climax it on the 7th day. Thou shalt observe the Feast of Tabernacles 7 days when?
After thou hast gathered in thy corn and thy wine.
Because it's the Feast of Ingathering as well. Go ahead.
And thou shalt rejoice in thy feast, thou and thy son, and thy daughter, and thy manservant, and thy maidservant, and the Levite, the stranger, and the fatherless, and the widow that are within thy gates.
Everybody is to rejoice. This is a happy occasion. Even when you get to the 8th day, it's still a happy occasion. We here to celebrate something. We just here to focus on the lesson. It is something to celebrate. In the Lord, you honor some solemn, you honor something serious. 7 days thou shalt keep a solemn feast unto the Lord thy God. Where?
In the place which the Lord shall choose, because the Lord thy God shall bless thee in all thy increase, and in all thy work, all the works of thine hands. Therefore, thou shalt surely rejoice.
You're going to surely rejoice because the Lord bless. That's why I said we had a lesson in even forget your problems and celebrate the feast. Even if the Bible talks about joy and tribulation, we got some little lightweight tribulations here today where we don't have no light. We ain't going to let that stop. When you was doing sin, you overcame all kind of obstacles to sin. Stuff wasn't going right. You're going to figure out a way to sin. So when you serve the Lord, you're going to overcome obstacles to serve the Lord. Just like I said, Israel was going to leave Pharaoh. You would have thought, even before they left, the Lord said, I'm going to deliver you all from Egypt. I'm going to deliver you from Egypt. Go talk to Pharaoh. And when he talked to Pharaoh, it got worse and not better first. Pharaoh started pressing him back. That'll make people say, wait, I thought he was going to deliver you. He's going to deliver you. Just be patient. So that's the same thing. We have to be prepared to overcome whatever obstacle it is. That's why I can appreciate the choir. They got their act together. They were like, yeah. I ain't even tell nobody now. I'm like, y'all ready to sing? They're like, yep, we got to do it. Come on, let's do it. He didn't have to tell nobody that. They know that, look, we got to make it happen. So, the Lord is blessing you in spite of what you're dealing with. He's going to bless you. And that's what we recognize with these feasts. Go ahead.
3 times in a year shall all thy males appear before the Lord thy God.
See, there's 3 major festivals. What are they?
In the place which he shall choose. And the feast of unleavened bread.
Or as we just read, 6 days and you climax it on 7. Just like the 7th day of the week. But go ahead.
And in the feast of weeks.
And that lasts 7 weeks to get there. 7 weeks and then a day. Go ahead. And in the Feast of Tabernacles, he shows you that goes 7 days, and then on the new thing is you're going to come back one more day on this one, the 8th day, which is why we here today. Show up, because that's what make it happen. Everybody brings something. So we really got that down pat, because we don't set it up for everybody like we used to and have a few people cook, everybody brings something on these occasions. Now we do it today because, hey, we the feast of 7 days. We really gave you, hey, but you didn't have to worry about it today. You done contributed, you done brought stuff. We gonna take care of it today. Some people brought some food, that's okay. It ain't gonna be, their food ain't gonna be enough for everybody. But if you get a little bit of their food, that's fine. We just got we trimmed it down. We got some finger food. We gonna find a light place. You can go outside, you can figure out where to eat. We ain't got no problem figure out how to eat. But now, let's go to 2 Chronicles 7. We halfway there. 2 Chronicles 7. Second Chronicles 7 and verse 8. And we're going to see when they first built the temple in Jerusalem, they coincided the celebration of the temple with this feast right here that we celebrate. And they did it just like we've been reading. Go ahead, verse 8. 7 and 8. Go ahead.
Also at the same time, Solomon kept the feast 7 days.
Now it says 7 days because that's how he spelled it out for tabernacle. 7 days, but he knew you had to finish it on the 8th day. You had to have that last service on the 8th day instead of 7 as normal because it's showing you a new beginning. At that time, also Solomon kept the feast 7 days. Go ahead.
And all Israel with him, a very great congregation, from the beginning to the end of Babel until the river of Egypt.
But they didn't stop there, did they? They went to the new beginning, verse 9.
And in the 8th day.
And in the 8th day. See, they came back one more day on this one. This is why we here today. And in the 8th day, he's showing you something different, brothers and sisters, by bringing this one to 8. Because everything is over in 7 with the Lord. So the only thing left, when you get to 8, you back at 1, you back at a beginning. It's a new beginning this time. That's why the title is what the scriptures say, behold, I make all things new. And in the 8th day, now you got people speculating. I don't really get into it too much. I just got to teach it like it is. It's not tabernacle, it is. I can't see it being nothing else but tabernacle, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. Because it's the 8th day of what? It's the 8th day of tabernacle. You had 1 through 7, you already know. And I'm showing you why he distinguished it. That's just like reading Deuteronomy 16 and said the 7th day is not unleavened bread. No, we know it's unleavened bread. So, but to me, that's not big. That's not made. I don't think I got some of the teachers I had to keep them at bay because they be wanting to point it out to everybody. I don't care, somebody might do something symbolic. That's sure, they do something symbolic. That's fine. I could have did something symbolic. Matter of fact, I got 8 scriptures. That could have been for the 8 days of tabernacle. I got 8 scriptures on it. I could have told all my teachers, well, just do 8 scriptures for 8 days. That's fine, but do you have to do that? One of them might say, I did 9. I got 12. You know, they got a lot more scriptures. I talk to them. Yeah, that's what you want to do, but it's not something everybody got to follow. Because it's not written by the Lord. So, what he said? He said, and in the 8th day, they made a solemn assembly for they what?
For they kept the dedication of the altar 7 days, and the feast 7 days.
Go ahead.
And on the 3 and 20th day of the 7th month.
See, that was after the 8th day. They did what?
He sent the people away into their tents, glad and merry in heart for the goodness that the Lord had shown unto David, and to Solomon, and to Israel his people.
Go ahead, so that's good. Go to John 7. So they was happy after they completed this complete 8th day. They had to go another day to complete this. They couldn't leave after 7. Matter of fact, he made sure you're not going to leave after 7 because he made sure you had to have this gathering on the 8th day. So you didn't have to gather. We didn't have to get together everybody on the 7th day. We had to do the gathering on the 8th day. It's still only 2 high Sabbaths, high days within this feast. But it's the 1st and the 8th instead of the 1st and the 7th as normal. John 7 and verse 1. Here Jesus is. Celebrate. People want to say it's done away with, but they should have told Jesus that. Because he was celebrating. 7 and 1. Read it.
After these things, Jesus walked in Galilee, for he would not walk in Jewry, because the Jews sought to kill him.
Now, they didn't like Jesus because he was preaching the truth. So they sought to kill him. They was trying to kill him because his doctrine didn't line up with the lies they had been telling. So, being wise, he did not show himself openly in Jerusalem no more. But that's what it said is. We had John 7 and 1. It's out these things Jesus walked in Galilee. Well, he would not walk in Jewry, which means Jerusalem, because the Jews sought to kill him. Go ahead, verse 2.
Now the Jews' Feast of Tabernacles was at hand.
Now it said the Jews' Feast of Tabernacles. That's what some people say. Well, that's for the Jews. We got this for the Gentiles. Look, the Lord said salvation is of the Jews. Right. So you're going to follow what he gave to the Jews. The Jews didn't make this up. This came from the Lord. We read it ourselves in Leviticus 23. This came from the Lord. So it's really the Lord, but anybody outside of Israel who saw the Jews or the Israelites celebrating it, they would say, yeah, that's what the Jews do. And that was right. That's what the Jews do. The Jews believe this, thou shalt not murder. You're not going to say that's just for the Jews, though. That's for everybody. I guess everybody not listening because people murder. But even though it said the Jews' feast, we know technically they the Lord. But yeah, he did give them to Israel, who they call Jews. But it's this feast right here that we are honoring, brothers and sisters. What did he say? He said, now the Jews' Feast of Tabernacles was at hand. Go ahead. We're going to skip to save a little time because his brothers, his own flesh and blood brothers, they chided him a little bit here. They messed with him about him hiding himself and kind of being discreet. So they messed with him a little bit, but we ain't going to read all that again. We read it recently. Skip down to verse 8 because he still went to the feast. Go ahead. This is what he told them at the end.
Go ye up unto the feast. I go not up yet unto this feast, for my time is not yet full come.
So he didn't go right away. He didn't go with them anyway. They were trying to get him to go with them, but he knew the people tried to kill him, and he wanted to go discreetly. He went up kind of in secret because they was literally trying to kill. That shows you they hated Jesus. And that's what happened when you tell the truth in a wicked word. They hate you, but go ahead, verse 9.
When he had said these words unto them, he abode still in Galilee.
He stayed in Galilee for a minute. Go ahead.
But when his brethren were gone up, then went he also up unto the feast, not openly, but as it were in secret.
So he went to this same Feast of Tabernacles. He went up, even though they was trying to kill him, but he made a little secret move, but he made it up there. And next thing you know, he was up in the temple teaching during the Feast of Tabernacles. Verse verse 14. Skip down to that.
Now about the midst of the feast.
Now what feast is it? Now we don't have to go back and say, well, what do you know? I don't know what feast you're talking about. We already know it's the same one we keep it, right? Right. It's the Feast of Tabernacles. So now we're talking about in the middle, which would be 3rd, 4th day, somewhere up in there. We like to call the middle hump day, so we'll give you that. Maybe it was the 4th day. It said about the midst. But we know we're in the midst of the Feast of Tabernacles. Go ahead.
Jesus went up into the temple and taught.
He went up in the temple and taught, and we ain't going to get into what he taught, but he showed them that you don't have to go to theology school like some of them. They had their little schools of teaching there, because they was amazed at the knowledge he had, and he hadn't been around none of them. They was amazed. But that's another lesson for another time. Skip down to verse 37 and read it.
In the last day, that great day of the feast.
And the last day, that great day of the feast. I guess I got to ask, what day? What feast, I mean? It can't be nothing but tabernacle. That's all we're talking about. And the difference is, brothers and sisters, he called this a great day because this is the climax of it all. So we should know, anybody would understand it and know, this is not the seventh day he's referring to right here. Because this feast go an extra mile, so to speak. It go one extra. He showed you the completion of 7, as always, but then he's going to show you something brand new afterwards. So that's why he said, in the last day, that great day of the feast. What day is it? It's the 8th day. That's the day we on today. So this is indeed a great day because it's showing you the climax of all things. It's showing you more than just getting to the end. That's how awesome God is. God's going to show you a brand new beginning. That's how awesome he is. He ain't just ending. Just like we said, he's not just ending the world. It's going to be a brand new world. That's how awesome God is. That's why he called this the last great day of the feast. Go ahead.
Jesus stood up and cried, saying, if any man thirst, let him come unto me and drink.
Now, he's preaching to him on this 8th day, the last day of the feast. He preached to him, said, if any man thirst, let him come unto me and drink. Because that's what you need to make it to this great day, which is pointing to the future. Go ahead.
He that believeth on me, as the scripture hath said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water.
That's good. And let's talk about the Spirit. He's going to explain that to you. He's going to fill you with his Spirit. But now, Ezekiel 37, he got something bigger than what you doing for the whole 7 days of this feast. What you doing for the 7 days that lead to the Sabbath. What you doing for 7 days of unleavened bread. Even the Bible say a day to God is 1,000 years to us. So even he got something bigger than what he doing for the 7 days or 7,000 years of mankind's history. So that's what he's showing you with the tabernacle. That's why you dwelt in the physical booth for 7 days. But on the 8th day, you're doing something different. It's recognizing something different. Ezekiel 37 and 21. But we're going to see he still got a tabernacle. That's how I know it's still tabernacle. It's just not a flesh and blood tabernacle. Even our body is called a tabernacle, but it's bigger than that. He really got a place to gather everybody to. All people who have overcome will be gathered to this last tabernacle. 37 and 21. Ezekiel 37 and 21. And again, it all starts. See, the beginning of this newness starts in the 7th day. Because he got to fix things up before he bring the whole spiritual thing down. He going to fix old Jerusalem before you can get to New Jerusalem. He can't just drop New Jerusalem down now. And that's that last tabernacle you're going to be gathered to. That's New Jerusalem. But go ahead. He's going to show you Ezekiel 37 to 21. Because see, the Lord is about everlasting. What he do is going to last forever. And he's going to show you that before you even get to it. Go ahead.
And say unto them, thus saith the Lord God, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whither they be gone, and will gather them on every side, and bring them into their own land.
See, and this is what we talked about, the Feast of Ingathering Tabernacle stand for. This is what the first 7 days represent. He's getting you back to your home. That climax in 7, because Israel is scattered in slavery to this day. So that's what he said. Read that again, verse 21.
And say unto them, thus saith the Lord God, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whither they be gone, and will gather them on every side.
He said, I'm going to gather them on every side. Go ahead.
And bring them into their own land.
And bring them into their own land. Go ahead, 22.
And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel.
One nation, because we broke off into 2 segments later on. But go ahead.
And one king shall be king unto them all. And they shall be no more two nations.
Go ahead.
Neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms anymore at all.
Okay, that's good. Skip down to 25 to say some more time. Verse 25, we're going to wrap this up. Go ahead.
And they shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Jacob my servant.
See, this like he had Israel dwell in booths, where he's going to bring us back to dwell in our own land that he said he gave to Jacob his servant. We scattered out abroad now, but we're going to be gathered. But that's why he completed in 7 days, because after the 7th day, he's going to do something new. Go ahead.
Wherein your fathers have dwelt, and they shall dwell therein, even they and their children and their children's children forever.
See, now, notice he said forever. See, this is why you got to understand the end of it first. You got to understand how things end. That's why you can't have an 8th day without the first 7. You have to complete the 7. Because what he is completing in 7, he constantly tells us it is what? It's going to last forever. It's never going to end. So that means it's going to slide right on into eternity, even though it's immortal. Just like on the 8th day, he giving out, when after the 1,000 years of peace, that's why I refer to the 8th day, after Judgment Day. Everybody that's left that make it, you're going to be immortals, right? Everybody gonna get a new body, you're going to get that new tabernacle as well for heaven. But guess what? Some people get that in the 7th day. The people that come up in the first resurrection, so that's starting at the end, because he's showing you. He's preparing you for it. So this is why he said here, you're going to dwell in the land, even they and their children forever, and what?
And our servant David shall be their prince forever.
David going to have been resurrected. He already going to have that new body. Go ahead.
Moreover, I will make a covenant of peace with him. It shall be an everlasting covenant.
Everlasting covenant. He's not playing. Go ahead. That's what they bring you to. Everlasting, that new beginning. Go ahead.
And I will place them and multiply them, and will set my sanctuary in the midst of them forever.
Notice he said he's going to say more. Everlasting. Go ahead. We have verse 27. We had Ezekiel 37. 27. We got a couple more after this.
My tabernacle also shall be with him.
Oh, he got a tabernacle, don't he? He got a tabernacle. But notice, if you pay attention to this is actually referring to what I mean. That's within that first 7,000 years. This is what he's talking about is going to be going on during 1,000 years of peace, but he's showing you it's going to go beyond that. That's why you need an 8th day. He's taking you to everlasting with the 8th day.
Just froze.
That's what he said. My tabernacle also shall be with them. Go ahead.
Hey, I will be their God, and they shall be my people.
That's why you can't do away with Israel. God got everything centered around them. Even eternity is centered around Israel. Go ahead.
And the heathen shall know that I, the Lord, do sanctify Israel.
And the heathen, that's the other nations. They're going to know. The 7th-day tabernacle point to 7th-day unleavened bread. All of the 7. 7th-day Sabbath that we celebrate every week. All that point to this 1,000 years of peace, which is one day to the Lord, the 7th day. The heathen shall know that I, the Lord, do sanctify Israel with what?
But my sanctuary shall be in the midst of
forevermore. Do he really mean forevermore? He means forevermore. Because once 1,000 years over with, even though it turned all spiritual, it's still his tabernacle. It's going to be all spiritual. Let's look at it. Revelation 20. Verse 1. This is after Jesus coming in Revelation 20. He actually come in Revelation 19, knocked off the leaders of this world, beat them down into submission. Then in Revelation 20, he started the cleanup process after he put Satan down, and it's nothing but peace.